Welcome back to another video. So as you can see from the title, this obviously is not a video that I'm happy to be making, but I think that it's a video that needs to be made, and I think that there are some key things that you can learn from this video. So first, let me get into the setup of the first trade that I took. I took two trades today on September 30th. Both were on Netflix in the first 5 minutes of market open. So going into the day, I had really liked Netflix because the previous day's high was 609.88, so it was that 610 level. And then this 607 level, which had 4 wicks over on the daily, was another level that I was watching. So initially, pre-market high was about 605, and then it got to 607.6, and that's when I really liked it, because a play over 607, that means we're already over 607. We can then get to 610 playing the 610 contracts, and then if we can get a play over 610, I think that we can get to all-time highs of 615 pretty quick. So then the 924 candle broke over pre-market high, and 2 minutes later we had made a new pre-market high at 610. Even though the 928 candle broke over 610 and had a high at 610.11, everyone was playing that 610 level as pre-market high. And going into the day, there really weren't any good setups besides Netflix. So that means that a lot of traders are going to be watching and trading Netflix. So since pre-market high is 610, a lot of people are going to be taking this over 610. And what contracts are they going to be playing? Either the 610s or the 615s most likely. Maybe they're trading the 620s, but that means that a lot of volume is going to be going through at the same exact point on the 610 and the 615 contracts. So if you're a half second or a second too late on your entry, you're going to get filled after maybe 500, 1,000, 2,000 other orders that are going through for the same contracts, and you're obviously going to get a really bad fill. So that's what happened to me here, and I knew that this was a possibility going into open. So what my plan was to take this over whatever the opening candle's high was after the first 5 seconds. So you'll see right here, I try to see on the chart right there, I want to see what the high of the 930 candle is, but we had already broken over 610, and I got filled right there at $8. So I had a really bad fill, and right away I was down, and these contracts are super sporadic. But I was already up $2 on the actual equities from where I got in, but now you could see the contracts are down almost $1, but they're fluctuating like crazy. So I'd already sold out of 8, and right here I'm going to sell out of another 2 just to minimize my losses. Because if I had gotten a fill at 609.98, which had I been watching and ready right at open to take this, and had the mouse on the buy button, then I would have taken this right as I saw 609.98 on the ask. And if you go back and look at level 2, you can see that right there, right at 609.98, my fills would have been probably $5.50 or $6. But since I had since maybe a second or 2 seconds too late of an entry, I got filled at $8, and then I basically had to stop out instead of staying in this play if I had gotten a better fill. And then I really could have had a nice play on this. I probably would have cut 5 contracts in the first candle and then tried to let another 5 run to get to all-time high. And the 931 candle had a high at almost 617. So I could have stayed in, and if you look in the top right of the screen, look at what those 610 contracts are at. If I had gotten filled at $6, they'd be up $3 from my entry point, and that's without even breaking all-time highs yet. So just to add to, I guess, the morning that I was having, look right there at the ask on level 2. Just completely tweaking out. I don't know what's going on there, but it was just kind of fitting for the morning that I was having. So Netflix broke over all-time high, and 932 made a new all-time high at 618, and the 933 candle had a high at 617.68, and both had wicks over 617. So over 617 was going to be my entry, and this really isn't a great setup because we could have used a couple more pullback candles or just waited for the first 5 minute to close, but I was really more on the offensive side than the defensive side. And right there I get in. I get filled 5 contracts, didn't have a good fill price, and then the ask completely drops out and the bid drops out. And I sell out, and that was a $340 loser in 5 seconds. So, as I was saying, I was more on the offensive side after that first trade that I took because I was trying to make back the losses. So, if there's one thing that you can get out of this video, it's that when you are down on the day and you are big red or at least semi-decently red, be more on the defensive side and don't try to make back your losses. Wait for good setups and just try to trade those trades well. Don't try to make back the money that you lost because then you're not going to trade well. After the second trade, I just closed my computer right away because when I'm past my max stop loss and I have a big red day like this, I don't want to keep trading and I don't want to keep looking at charts and staying at my desk because all that's going to do is it's going to make me frustrated and possibly make me take trades that I shouldn't be taking. So I closed my computer right away and within 10 minutes I was out of my house and I was going to the gym. When I have these big red days, I need to blow off steam, so I go to the gym right away. There's nothing wrong with that. And then later in the day, after market closed, then I came back to my desk to review with a clear mind what I did and actually take responsibility for the actions and the trades that I took. So I don't want to blame the market or blame the fills or blame whatever because I need to take responsibility because at the end of the day, I lost that money and the only person that's going to help me not lose that money in the future is myself. So never blame others or blame whatever. Always take that responsibility and learn from your mistake and then try to not make it again in the future. So obviously I'm not happy with how today went, but it was a learning day and I'm ready to hit Q4 strong and end September because I really didn't like September. So I hope that you learned a little from this video and you don't make the same mistake that I made and you don't get caught in the same way that I got caught. But thanks and have a great day.